What do you think about Trump's bill that just passed Congress for tax cuts?
Well, first and foremost, it doesn't really matter what anybody thinks because it has to pass the Senate. And there's a lot of, even on the GOP side, there are hawks about SALT issue. There's all sorts of issues that it doesn't mean it's going to pass the Senate. It's going to change. The point I'm making is no matter what's passed the House, it's going to be different when it comes out. Once, assuming it does get approved in the Senate, there's going to be a lot of changes. But right now, what I think, it's Trump, right? The lower end of the income scale is going to see less benefits than the upper end of the income scale. Like every freaking administration and all the different, sessions of Congress and the House and whatever, nothing to cut our deficit. Nothing. That's the bigger problem. Look at the bond yields are going crazy because of that. You're going to add $3 trillion to the deficit if it passes the way it is. So that's my biggest point. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to help us out of the problem that we have, which is a ballooning deficit. Okay. It's no one, and it's also, doing some minor cuts to Medicaid and SNAP programs, which is hurting the lower end of the scale, right? And the cuts mainly go to the upper end of the scale. But to me, that's not the issue. To me, is someone needs to do something to reduce spending, or increase tax revenues. We've got to address this deficit, and it doesn't do any of that. And I don't think no matter what happens in the Senate, whatever this big, beautiful bill thing gets passed, right, not going to change our biggest problem, which is our deficits, which is why the long-term rates are so high right now, because the whole world, the market, everybody believes that we're running ourselves into the ground. We're digging a huge hole for ourselves. And the more that we ignore this deficit and our spending, and not spending isn't only the problem. Tax revenues is the problem. We need to collect more money. We need to make more money and pay our freaking debt down. This bill has nothing for that. And it's just another kick the can down the road. So whatever. That's what I think.